Hey you guys, welcome to my channel, The Inspiring School Counselor, and I just want to take a moment just to show you guys around my room. How I have my room set up now is in stations, where on each table is an activity, and also even on the floors I have stations on the floor as well, and I'm going to get more into that later on in the video where I'm going to show you guys the whole setup. But my classroom is set up like this now. Before I was teaching guidance lessons back in January 2020, and because I was teaching lessons back then, I was not able to set my room up like this because I have kids coming in. It could be a distraction. But now that I don't teach lessons and I'm not a part of that related arts rotation, I'm able to set up my room the way that I want to, so that when I do pull kids for individual counseling or small groups, I'm able to give them some free reign of different things that they can do in my room, a part of counseling them for whatever reason that they are seeing me. So I wanted to just take a moment to show you guys what that looks like right now, because maybe you're not teaching lessons and you want your room set up like this as well, or maybe you just need some ideas of how you can set up your room. Hopefully this will be able to help you. This kind of setup is probably better for an elementary setting like I'm in right now, but maybe if you change up the activities, you can do this in the middle school setting and maybe even a high school setting. It just depends. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. All right, you guys, so on each table there are activities, as well as there's some areas on the floor of the room that I have set up for activities and things that kids can do. So I'm going to just walk you guys through that. So this is station 6, and the kids have an option to play in the sand tray or to play Jenga, and most of the kids really love coming to the sand tray. Then I have my Meebie doll station, and you guys are going to see where a lot of this stuff is like messed with and not as neat, because I've had kids in and out of here throughout the whole week. So but this is the Meebie station. Kids can come and they can show their feelings, talk to Meebie, and whatnot. So that's another station. My next station is the playhouse, what I like to call it. I don't like to say dollhouse because that could kind of scare some boys away. So I say playhouse. So this is another station that the kids can go to play in. This is the calm corner. This is not really a station. This is just an area for any of the kids that just need to come in the calm corner and just relax. And there's different things there. But this is the calm corner. Then I have the building station, where the kids are able to build things and allow their imagination to just, flourish at this table. This is station 8, as you guys can see. This is just a stuffed animal station where the kids can sit on the floor. They can play around with the stuffed animals. And so that is this station. Then I have the coloring station. So they have the expo markers, pencils, crayons, and all those different type of things here. Then I have this area where they can sit down, read books, relax. So that's this whole station right there. And this is our game station, our board game station. Right now, I am currently playing a game with 2 of my students that come in here almost every morning to play. And so I just leave it like this for them. But if it is that I have other students that wants to come and play, I just tell them that this game is off limits until I finish with those students. But they have these games that they can choose from to play. I also like to use this area to show different things on the Parentium board, and this is just a great time for the kids to just sit down, look at maybe some good counseling videos that I have for them. Now I have a total of 9 stations, and of course this does not go up to 9, so sometimes I might kind of switch things around, but the kids are able to come in, they're able to roll the dice, and it will tell them what station that they can go to. And so I have plenty of these dices. And if I wanted to times it, so maybe they could spend like maybe 5 minutes at each station or 3 minutes at each station, that would just help for them to be able to go to each one. I want to go into a little bit more detail of why I have my room set up like this, as well as giving you guys some examples of how having my room in this setup has been of such a big help to my students. So for one, you guys should know, if you don't know, you're going to know now, that I absolutely love play therapy. Play therapy, it has been, such an eye-opener for me since I have, really done some research on it and took a class on it, of just how it can help a student out, especially when they're going through rough and tough times in their life. But since then, getting the knowledge that I have so far with play therapy, it has really allowed me to really focus when it comes down to individual counseling in small groups and how I approach that with my students. And so that's why I have my classroom set up where you see the games, you see the playhouses and the board games and the Jenga and the coloring and the books and the stuffed animals. So that is why you see those things. And specifically, there's different ways that I use these stations in my room. For one of the ways, if I have just students that want to come in and they want to talk to me, there's nothing really going on with them, they're happy, they go lucky, they just want to come and talk to me. Many times I just have them either roll the dice and let the dice choose the station for them, or it's just a free fall where they can just pick whatever station that they want to be at, and I join them, engage with them, and just build that relationship. And so that has been such a big help when it comes down to just trying to relate to the child, because when you really think about it, students just want someone that is going to pay them attention, that's going to spend time with them and genuinely want to spend time with them and know the different things that they like and what they don't like. And so that's one of the ways that I have used the stations in my room. I have had many times where teachers would call me to come get a student. Maybe the student's being defiant, throwing down their paper, being just defiant towards the teacher, don't want nothing to, not following directions. So many times I would bring that student in, but instead of going straight to the stations, I would bring them to the calm corner, and we first sit down and we talk about the situation there. And then we will even brainstorm different ways or different things that they could have done to make better choices. And then maybe afterwards, if they really have cooperated with me, then I will allow them to pick a station that they can go to. And sometimes if I don't allow them to pick a station, I might pick that station for them. And most of the times it will be a station that is going to be beneficial for them due to the situation that they were in, that may have happened. And so it's definitely a teaching moment for them. And sometimes I have even done it where, depending on how bad the situation is, I would tell them that after we're done talking and we brainstorm ways of how to make it better, I might send them back to class, and I tell them, hey, I'll come get you later on if it is that your behavior has improved, positively. So I've done it that way. There also has been times where it's just hard for students to talk to me. Maybe they've never talked to me before. I have a 300 student caseload, so it is a lot of kids that I have to be able to maintain. But there has been students that may have never talked to me, so it might be a little bit harder for them to open up to me. So sometimes when I bring them into my room, I would just allow them to pick whatever station they want to be at, and I play with them, and then I start building a relationship with them through that. So that is also ways that I have used the stations. But I know in particular a situation that pretty much happens almost every day, that these two boys, their brothers, come to the school. They cry. They do not like coming to school. They rather be home. And I can actually remember towards the beginning of the year, I actually started bringing them into my room already, and we would play a game, and I'll give them a certain time, and it would just be good. I was able to build that relationship with them. But ever since, being on quarantine, things changing, virtual, then back into school. And so they are back in that mode of just not wanting to come to school, and it's just being very hard for them, to the point where even when the parents drop them off, they are not leaving the foyer until know, they call Miss Bird, and I go and I get them. I bring them back to my room. Right now we're playing, me and the two brothers are playing Monopoly, and I will set my timer for like 5 minutes, and they know once that 5 minutes is up, it's time for them to go to class. And it's like a total switch. Like when I bring them into my room and we're playing the games, 5 minutes is up. It's like now they're ready to go to class. Now they're ready to learn. When you're able to see the change of the demeanor of the students, when you're able to see how their thought process regarding school can just be, 1 minute they're sad and the next minute they're happy, they're ready to learn. All because of the technique that I chose to use on them, which is, bring them to my room and let's just have a good time for 5 minutes. And sometimes that's all that kids need. I know I already brought this up before, but kids want someone that is going to listen to them, that's going to pay them attention and, allow them to express themselves. And I just know that it has been a very big help to me to be able to do this and have my classroom set up like this. However, I know that every school counselor, their schedule, all of us have different schedules. You might not be able to do this in particular, but maybe you can implement small things, that you're able to incorporate. Some of the school counseling tools that I've showed you already on prior videos, you can try to implement into your counseling program to help students. So I just wanted to just take out the time and just give you guys a little bit more in depth of, how I use these stations. But it has been such a great big help. I just wanted to take the time out to share this with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. I will see you guys next time.